Hey, what's up traders? Dave FX Hunter here with weekly Forex forecast for the 23rd January 2021. So Joe Biden is finally in his presidential office and he started to do a lot of changes. He might have a problems with the Republicans in the Congress, but I think he would be able to do a lot of things. But we are not here to speculate what he's gonna do or not. We know that he's a big propagator of the stimulus. The Democrats want the stimulus, which is actually meaning the quantitative easing, the printing the USD, which will be, of course, could mean the devaluation of the dollar. So we will see in the future how this will affect the USD. For now, we have the data, we know what is going on, and we will try to find out some more opportunities on the markets. Okay, so let's start with the US dollar index as usual. What we are seeing here is that the banks still having the quite big shorts positions in compare to the longs positions. Even they are trying to bring some more longs right now. These shorts are still quite bigger. If you look to the last 3 weeks, they've been reduced. So that could bring slight power into the dollar, but the main reason why I'm thinking the dollar is right now strengthening is the profit taking on the other pairs. So as the most of the pairs are traded on the spot against the dollar, so if someone is taking the profit, for example from the kiwi, they doing it against the dollar. So that's why the dollar could be might strengthening, because if you look to the charts on the dollar, we can see that on the monthly we are still in this downtrend. Even we broke this 3-month trend line, which I'm thinking might could be retested. On the weekly we are still in the downtrend in this weekly level, which is quite bouncing it right now, and on the daily it broke up and retested this channel, right? So what could be next scenario right now is that if the price will reach into this institutional level, which will be slightly lower here on the 4 hours time frame, and we get the breakout, we might see the move higher. Where we can move is here on this daily level, which is actually somewhere around here on the weekly below this trend line, right? I would not be targeting much higher because, as said, the Biden wants to do the stimulus, and we don't know what's gonna be next. We of course will not be holding the price like this, the trade like this for the months. We trade like intra week, so that's what we are looking for. So currently, as said, I'm expecting the dollar might make it a little bit lower and then higher, which actually tell us a bit right now what could be going on the other pairs. So right now we are looking here on the left side where is the euro, and we can see that the banks actually slightly growth their longs positions, right? So we are seeing they are adding for the last 2 weeks, which is in confluence with this dollar. So they reduced their shorts positions, and that was actually what we have seen here in this application. So we are seeing that they slightly started to grow the longs positions. So that's why we are seeing right now that this exposure is actually growing, and this hour up is showing the bigger numbers, right? So what would we expect here on the euro? Let's look at it from the all complete analysis. On the monthly, still uptrend. However, it's reaching this institutional level, so it's bringing the obstacles to break it higher, right? So here on the weekly, same case, uptrend, reaching the level. On the daily, we already reached this top line of the channel, and we broke the trend. And right now what I'm expecting the price to move up. Why I'm expecting it to move up? Because look, if we can see that the banks actually added for the last 2 weeks some longs positions. So what that means, if we go here, so where it was in here for the last 2 weeks when the price was dropping, they added longs positions. That means that they've been building their longs positions in here, and they will want to take it at least into the level from where this move started. So on the 4 hours time frame, we might see some false break up on the markets opening, where the people will start to buy, and then if the price will drop into these levels, then it might continue up higher. So but what I will do is I will be looking for the long only if the price drops down here. Okay, so the next one will be the Swiss franc. Let's bring the Swiss franc, and here we have the Swiss franc. So what's going on and what's going on here? So here is actually what my application is showing you. Here on the left side we have the Swiss franc, and on the right side we have the data for the USD franc. It's quite different, right? Because this is the data for the Swiss franc, the contract, and this is for the USD franc. You can see it's slightly different, right? So you can see here that the Swiss franc is actually the longs positions has been closed, and shorts positions slightly nothing. But you know, I have described it in the commitment of traders video that actually the pair could be moving by just closing the longs positions, right? So this might looks complicated, so it's easier for us to use this one, right? So what we are seeing here, that the banks has been extreme shorts closed, again the extreme shorts, and they are closing. So what's then happening on the USD franc? You see, so always when they reach their extremes and they start to close it, the price is going up. So what they are doing, they are basically right now taking the profits from the shorts, right? So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago they reported quite big shorts. Sorry, it's here. So 5 weeks ago, which is somewhere around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here on the weekly we can see it. Here on this bottom we can see they reported quite big shorts positions, and since then they are closing them. So it's bringing the price up, right? But as we said with the dollar, that I'm expecting the small correction, so we will probably see the franc to drop into this institutional level, from where it could go higher, right? So as well here on this 4 hour time frame, once it breaks through this short-term trend, the price could go higher, because the banks are not so bearish anymore, right? We can see they've been here. We must look at it in the bigger picture. So what we can see in here is that they've been 80% exposure to the short side. Right now they are just 68, right? So this is what we can see by watching this amazing COT tool, and it helps us to determine what could be happening next. Okay, so the next one is a GBP USD. So what we have here on the monthly, we are reaching this institutional level, but it's just the start, because that's the monthly. If you look to the weekly, we can see that the level is much deeper inside, right? So we still could see something like this, and in my opinion the pound is right now one of the strongest currency. On the daily we are still in the uptrend. We have this level tested here, and I will not be shorting it until it reach the confluence of these levels, right? So for now I would be looking only for the longs if the price drop lower here and continue higher, right? Let's check it on the COT data. So we just go to the GBP, and here it is. Look at this. What happened with the longs positions from the 27k growth to the 45? Yes, last week we have the drop. We have the drop from the 47 to the 45, but we have the drop in here as well. So that's why we have these two taps as well, because what we see, might be confusing, right? If you looking on the COT, on the COT website, you will see, oh, they close some longs, that's not so bullish. But look, the net positions actually growth, right? And you are seeing this, so it's still growing. They adding, the changes are positive, right? So it's still bullish for me. And I'm sorry, it just jumped again. So if some of these levels, for example this trend line, which is actually this one, this would be tested in here, and I will get the break. I will be looking for the long, right? As well, I can use here this my application to see what the retail traders are doing. So we go to the GBP USD and we can see that the more traders are shorting, right? Here is the average entry price of the buyers. So what could this mean? This could mean that the buyers will probably have the stop losses somewhere here. So that would be the nice level for me to go long around here, right? Sorry, like this, right? And here's actually another cool function of this my tool. So if I want to trade the trend line, as I said, look what I can do. I can simply this projection of the trade drag and drop like the trend line like this. I can set up the stop loss like this. This is gonna be my take profit, so I can set it up like this. I'm sorry, it's not working right now properly because the market is closed and it does not give a tick. So right now, if I will just do this, so it will actually enter the trade here on this here on this trend line, right? Anyway, this is just what I wanted to show, but let's go back to the charts here. So yeah, definitely bullish pound for me, and looking for this confluence of this middle band of the channel, of this gap, which is probably the institutional level on the 1 hour time frame, and for the continuation up. Okay, so the next one is the Aussie. What we are seeing in the Aussie, look, we have reached this institutional monthly level, as well the weekly level. We have still uptrend in here, and but on the daily, look at this, the trend line has been broken, the top of the channel, the level has been reached on the 4 hours time frame. Trend line has been broken, retested, and price is moving down. Does it mean that it will not go up like this? Of course it does not mean, but if we look to the data and we bring the Aussie, we will see something. Yes, we are seeing the banks actually they bring the longs positions for quite some time, but look what they've been doing. They did not have any shorts in the past, right? In here, they've been just like 50, and they actually had more than 63. That was their maximum, right? 63. So right now they have as the price is still ranging, right now they have 59, and actually they have around 60 of the shorts, right? So yes, this is still looks like if you look at just like to this, it looks like a bullish, right? So they actually don't have the longs, but we must look at the bigger picture, and this is what has changed a lot. They bring these shorts to the almost same numbers to the other side. So right now 52 to the 48, slightly positive, yes, okay. Nothing against that. I cannot say that this does not look bullish, but we must consider that we are in the monthly, weekly, daily levels, and we cannot forget to the commercials, which are actually building the shorts and they closing the longs, right? So what can happen in here? If the non-commercials will start to take profits from these positions, which they mostly start to do when they reach 123 and again 123 total volume, these ones, the commercials will bring the price down, and I think that would be the case in here. Okay, so next one will be the kiwi. Kiwi is as well very similar, monthly level, weekly level reached. Here is even the trend line is actually broken already, and it's going to be retested right now. On the 4 hours we have the broken trend, and here is the new lower lows. So the new trend is developing, and now let's check the numbers. Here it's beautiful how we can see that. So look what we can see in here. Banks on the kiwi has been growing their longs positions until they grow it into the 34k, right? And then here they started to take out the profits from the longs positions and it's dropping. So what that means? That means that it's not so bullish as it was. But the problem is that they actually closed these shorts positions. So even though they're closing these longs and they're closing the shorts, it's still much more bullish than it was, right? So there would be some profit taking, and if this profit taking will continue, look at the non-commercials. They having the longs positions here. So these will take the price down if the profit taking will happen in here. So the technical analysis is showing us that it's already happening, and we need to see the confirmation on the COT as well. Next one is a USD CAD, which is in the downtrend on the monthly, downtrend on the weekly, still downtrend on the daily because it did not break against through anything in here. And on the 4 hours we are getting the break in here, and what I like in here is this dip. It actually dipped below this, below the liquidity, right? So let's look on the data, and what we are seeing in here is this. We are seeing that the Canadian dollar is actually the strengthening, but be careful, we are looking to the Canadian dollar contract, right? So the Canadian dollar is strengthening, and the closing their shorts positions, right? So for making it more clear, so what that means, this means the strong CAD actually, but not that strong as it was in here, right? We had the 15k net positions, now just 10k, right? So that could mean that USD CAD actually could be strengthening for a while. However, this one does not looks too good for me to take any positions. Only if it drops back into here, then I might be thinking about this. But still, here we don't have been contacting this weekly, so the trend line could bring it down. I don't see a good opportunity in this one, but wanted to mention it. And next one is the Aussie JPY, and as well, monthly level, weekly level contacted. Here on the daily we are facing the breakout, and on the 4-hour time frame already broke up and retested the level, and we are in this trade. This is a good one. So I'm thinking this could continue, as we agreed that the Aussie is could be in the profit taking. And look at the JPY, look at the Japanese yen, how they build the strength in here, and we can see how they reduce their shorts positions. We are 83% to the shorts, to the long, sorry. So the strength of the Japanese yen, and the net positions 50k. We haven't seen such net positions on the Japanese yen for quite a long time. So I'm thinking that the Japanese yen could be strong against the many pairs right now, right? So here is the Aussie kiwi. This was actually a great trade here, which we had from this bottom, but I closed it early. You know, I'm not the type of guy who could hold it for the 2 months for this long, but I projected this target. Why this one? Because it's the weekly level, right? And right now the price is bouncing in here, breaking through this trend. So what could happen here on the 4 hours time frame? If it retraces slightly, then we could get the continuation down. The next one would be the Euro Aussie. What I like in here is this bounce on this weekly channel and still room to go higher, right? So on the daily into this level, so that would be somewhere around here. So if the price will drop lower here, then the continuation higher would be perfect trade. NZD JPY, very similar to the Aussie JPY, monthly, weekly, daily level contacted, broken trend line, continuation down is very possible. Here already the lower lows created, so there is a room to drop for the next week. And this is the NZD CAD, very similar. We have the weekly level, we have the monthly level contacted, we have the trend broken here. Price is going to retest here where was this accumulation of this break, and then potential move down. For now, it's of course, it's possible it will go higher. It does not mean that I will open trade immediately after the market open, but I'm thinking in the sometime we will get the move down. Okay, my friends, so this is all for the analysis. Please download this application. It's really helping a lot of traders already. More than 500 people has downloaded it, and I will be in the future making some more videos about this, because I believe it can help everyone to understand market much easier and look at it in the more simple way. And yeah, so it's good for the swing traders, but as well for the scalpers. Everyone can find own way how to trade it. You can of course bring it to the lower time frame where you will be can trade just the small bounces, and these levels are working. I will not be convincing anyone that it's working. You simply must test it. Don't believe me, don't trust me, test it by yourself and you will see what results we will get. Okay, my friends, bye bye.